let's build a die table. So, long story short, Kyle and I wanted to build a die table, and it had to be 3 things. It had to be portable, it had to be structurally sound, and it had to be able to go to slow with us. Building this table, we knew we had to follow a few dimensions. The tabletop had to be 4 feet by 8 foot long, and stand 3 to 3.5 feet off the ground. From there, we started brainstorming on ideas of what we could do. We could have some mechanism where it, slide out and then something would go on top, 2x4s for support, PVC pipe because it's super light, hinges, door and folding mechanism. But what we finally decided on was that we wanted to use a 4 feet long by 8 foot long piece of wood, right? We were going to cut it into 4 different sections, and then from there we were going to connect the halves via these hinges. After we had the hinges, we would slide it together, and then we would connect the middle via these clamps. Ideally, from there, we would have a structurally sound tabletop. From there, we had to make the legs, or actually rather we were going to buy the legs. We did some research and we found that at the local hardware store, you can just find a variable height seesaw, which, could change the height at which it was standing, and it would be perfect because it would be able to adapt in whatever terrain we were playing. We were planning on bringing it to the beach, and we planned that it would sink down a little bit, and if it did sink down, we could just, prop it back up and it'd be fine. It would still be 3.5 feet tall, and it'd be perfect. But as we got there and we were looking at the wide selection of sawhorses, we quickly realized that 2 of them would just be damn near half of our budget. 2 of them was like $100, and we just couldn't afford that. So we thought of the brilliant idea of making our own sawhorse. I literally googled DIY sawhorse, and the first thing that popped up was Lowe's. They had this sawhorse custom piece where basically you just slide the 2x4s inside of the designated areas, and piece on top where you put the legs, and then it stands like that. It's probably not the best depiction of it, but I'll put a picture right here so you understand what I'm talking about. It was literally just Sawhorse 101 for dummies. It was absolutely perfect for me and Kyle. What made it super appealing was the fact that it was cheap. It's also found on Amazon. Yeah, so after we had our table, we got our plywood, we got our hinges, we got our clamps, we got our 2x4s, we got our sawhorse pieces, and a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff such as nails and screws and whatnot. We were ready to build. So we put all this stuff in Kyle's garage, and we got to work. Also, just a little quick disclaimer, all the footage that you're about to see of us building the actual table was shot on my iPhone, which may be a little bit of a downgrade of quality, also audio, because I have upgraded to a nice camera. If you notice quality change, that's the reason, so don't be alarmed. I don't know. Hopefully the B-roll at the end makes up for it. But yeah, let's get to work. Got our 2x4s, 1/2 inch thick plywood, clamps for support, and what are these called? Hinges. This is for handles. See if it folds nicely. So we've come across a little NANI? It bends in. So what we're gonna try next is a piano hinge, and it's gonna go all the way across, and hopefully it'll, yeah dude, honestly we're just gonna have someone underneath propping it up with their head. That's how none of them are really flush. No. Oh, Mr. Young has to come and help us.
These ones, my dad's, and they're like Cameron, me. Oh my god.
That's an improvement. It only took one Mr. Al Young. stain onto our light pine wood. And then our goal is to like do a silhouette of the bay on one side and then a silhouette skyline of LA on the other side. So it's like SoCal versus NorCal. Hopefully we can just dip it, stain it. Oh, wow. Yeah. Alright, so word of advice, definitely use gloves because this crap does not come off. Oh, we look gothic, bro. Yeah, so also when you're doing it for this one, I don't know if you can see it, but you can definitely see like these paint strokes. I don't know what article I read that said going against the grain gets it stained better inside of the crevices or whatever. Don't follow that, go with the freaking grain, man. And then you want to apply a nice thick layer and then just wipe it off after. But when we did do that, it just looks so much nicer. There's like a lot less brush strokes. All these strokes right here are just like the natural grain of the wood, so it just looks way more natural as opposed to this. It'll look better. I don't know. Looking like Smeagol, Gollum, dirt under his nails. Yeah, so use a sponge, get a nice coat, nice thick stroke, just like I do a small chunk, and then take like a rag that you don't care about and just wipe it off. And then it'll look like that as opposed to this. So this is our table. Now we're gonna do a skyline of San Francisco running across here a long ways, and then maybe SoCal on the opposite side. Dude, this is gonna take us forever.
Remember the words you told me, love me till the day I die. Surrender everything, 'cause you made me believe.
Yeah, and then type it.
Yeah, you used to call me baby, now you calling me by name. Takes one to know, and yeah, you beat me at my own damn game. Pushing and pulling away from you. I give it,
Dial, baby. Here, I'll drink with you. Yikes. There you go. Oh! That's good!
That's 3. That's why they won. It was 6-7, then it was 9-7.
Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked and enjoyed. This is the final look at the table. We got the tabletop. We got Kyle. This is one last look at it. We got the hinges in the middle, the tables, the piano hinges, and yeah, the sick ass tabletop. Thanks for watching. Peace out.